Welcome to the Bitcoin Sage Show. I'm your host, Patrick. Let's get started. A lot of exciting stuff happening again with Bitcoin. Let's get right to this chart just to start. Well, we blew past our markers here at 18,000 and we're running towards 20,000. So we've got a bit of a rising wedge here. We're above the 50-day moving average. And at this point, it continues to want to go up. Bitcoin, especially I think with the CME Futures that are set to launch this evening, I think we're seeing just a really big pull up to 20,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we get all the way up to $21,000 or $22,000 today, in anticipation for the futures. So if we take a look at the CME Futures website, the interesting thing here, they actually mention it that it's December 18th, but they already have the beginnings of their futures quoting up. I'll include those in the description so you can take a look. So I'll be interested to see if we're launching late this evening, which was my understanding, but then when I looked at the website here, it made me believe that it could be tomorrow morning. It'll be interesting. Anyways, let's see what happens over the next few hours with Bitcoin and see if it actually picks a direction. But at this point, it looks like we're floating upwards, heading towards 20. And I think we might see a real nice power spike once we break through 20. There may be some big buys and not a lot of overhead restriction on us. Okay, let's get started with some news. So cryptopets.co and a new site, cryptopuppies.org. So this reminds me of a lot of the crappy mobile games that were launched back in like 1998 and 2000 as the mobile phones were starting to pick up steam, and mobile companies were looking for people to use the phones and take up data and bandwidth any way they could. So it's interesting to see this is actually having some great traction. I wonder if it'll continue to crush the Ethereum network. There was a recent company, oh man, I'm forgetting the name of it at this time, that is actually changing the platform on which they're launching their coin. It was an Ethereum based platform. Now they're moving it to Stratis. And it was because of this crypto puppies and crypto pets and crypto kitties. They felt that the Ethereum network was too bogged down and too slow. And I think they compared it to 1994 email. So I don't know. That's some beginning signs of Ethereum network cracking. Next is some big moves in the altcoins. We'll go over those each on the top 10 list. What the hell is Bitcoin? Let the documentary on Netflix explain. So seems to be a documentary not on Netflix. I'm going to take a look at that as well, and hopefully that does a good job of promoting Bitcoin and explaining it for folks. Excuse me. New York Post article about the creator of Bitcoin remaining a mystery. I love the fact that people are constantly intrigued by this and they think that it's a single individual and don't really understand the fact that it could be a group of individuals that created this as a name or pseudonym. TD Ameritrade is opening Bitcoin futures up to their members. I'm on TD Ameritrade, so that's good news, and you'll be able to trade the futures if you have your TD Ameritrade account. I also got something for Interactive Brokers this week saying the same thing. Litecoin catching Bitcoin in transaction volume and value. Now that's a big deal. A lot of people have been using Litecoin for transactional nature of it, since it's pretty much a copy of Bitcoin, just designed to run more transactions, but seen a huge move in price. We'll go over that chart in a second. Some cool holiday Bitcoin ideas, or for Bitcoin fans. Lots of interesting sweaters here. Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, some Dodge socks, themed mugs. I'm not sure anybody would want those. I actually just finished buying myself this t-shirt from That Shirt Wash Cash. It's the Bitcoin logo from the Magic Internet Money. I love this shirt. Take a look at this stuff. If you guys find any other cool Bitcoin products or memorabilia, share it with me. I think everyone was looking to buy some really cool Bitcoin stuff this Christmas. Anyways, here's the breakdown for Sunday, December 17th. We got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ripple, Dash, Neem, Monero, IOTA, and Neo. So we're going to go over those charts quickly. Kind of went over Bitcoin. We're watching to see if this the millionth rising wedge is happening here. But at this point, we're not really seeing a trend in what direction we're going, except for higher on Bitcoin. So at this point, keep your stop losses tight. It needs a break to go sideways a little bit. So I'm actually surprised. We should probably see a little bit of a pullback here before we start heading towards 20,000 again. So next on our list is Ethereum. Again, Ethereum hit the top end of our marker at 0.0449 and has been falling down and consolidating downwards, almost bouncing off the bottom end here. Again, as Bitcoin continues to rise, I don't think we'll see too much from Ethereum, but be careful, because I think once Bitcoin does start to take a rest, we'll start to see some exciting moves from Ethereum. Next is Bitcoin Cash. Same thing, just been moving a little bit sideways, holding on to some of the support levels that they're at. So we'll see if there's a further breakdown. If Bitcoin makes a run to 20,000, I'm sure we'll see a breakdown below this resistance and down to some lower levels. Next is Litecoin. Litecoin continuing to consolidate sideways. This one hasn't been falling apart as Bitcoin has been running up. So I'm expecting another big move on Litecoin coming up soon. Ripple has been consolidating and has been breaking down, but has been coming close to and falling into some resistance at 35.75. So we'll see if that holds. If it doesn't, we should be able to see 33.46 levels and a reload of some Ripple at a decent price. I don't think it'll last too long. I think people are, shopping for cheap, coins that are fiat paired. They're not really looking at the Bitcoin relation to it. Next is Dash. Let's see, where do I have Dash? Dash was working itself on the right track here, and now it's consolidating sideways, but that resistance at 0.5923 is holding. So until we can break through above this, I'm not going to be very bullish on Dash. Next is Neem. Where are you, buddy? Sorry, there we go. This one has been consolidating, but moving itself upward up to that 38.59 level. So this is looking really positive. I would definitely be looking at this one going bullish once it breaks over 38.54. Next is Monero. Monero has been moving sideways and consolidating during this period with Bitcoin going up. It hasn't been falling apart, but nothing too exciting happening there yet. Next is IOTA. This one has been a fantastic short and continues to stay down. Again, I'm not sure for how long, but it is breaking down on all these levels. I actually need to draw some new levels. It's broken through all the resistance levels that we had in our charts here. But nothing really here positive to say. At this point, I'm still negative until something else happens, like Bitcoin falls apart and price-wise. We're still negative on IOTA. Last but not least is Neo. Hasn't been falling apart as hard as some of the other coins out there, but it really also hasn't been doing anything. But this is a great consolidation period on the side here. I'm expecting this to also take off as soon as we start to see a little bit of a pullback in BTC. So watch for Neo, snipe a good position for yourself on that one. And let's see what happens with the CME futures today, and whether we're going to see Bitcoin 20,000 plus, or whether we're going to see our power spike up to Bitcoin 21 or 22,000. And then CME futures start, and we'll see what that does to some of our liquidity and pricing. Next 24 hours will be extremely exciting. Lots of news to watch out for. Also, check out our website, bitcoinsage.com. I'm starting to post a lot of articles and starting on some videos on security. I really think everyone needs to take security a lot more seriously with their devices, both computer and smartphone, and follow through on making sure you're actually set up to secure your digital assets, and that you're not just buying Bitcoin, buying other coins, and then one day you're going to wake up to have them stolen from you by some hacker on the other side of the planet. So take a look at bitcoinsage.com. Watch Bitcoin pricing. Drop me any comments you have in the video or on the podcast, and have a fantastic day, everybody.